Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Welcome to the second part of putting PlayStation 2 games into box protectors while wiping them down and drying them off and putting them in. This is going to be another ASMR-esque type video. So let's get started. We have here Shadow of the Colossus. Some of these games already look pretty clean, to be honest. But we'll give it a quick little wipe down. This is actually very complete in box. It's actually really nice. This was sent to me in my $1,000 mystery box, which I guess since I'm referencing it often enough, I suppose I could link that video in the description. But yeah, that was an interesting mystery box opening. Definitely something I don't plan to spend that much on again. Not because I was disappointed per se, more along the lines of I just shouldn't probably spend that much money on a mystery box. There we go. It's Shadow of the Colossus. I haven't played this one or the remake, so this actually would be all new to me. Sorry, cat is knocking at the door. Next we have Star Wars Battlefront. Pretty sure I played this game around when it first came out. I know that specifically because I was hyped to pick up the second in the Battlefront 2 when it released on the PlayStation 2, because I enjoyed this game so much. Can't really say what I do remember from this game, except maybe a few of the different levels. It's a very simple kind of team-based shooting squad game where you gotta capture points on the map. Just a really fun kind of pick up and play kind of first person shooter. Maybe I can get it in. Yeah, I went ahead and pre-folded some of these just to get a good start, and hopefully this video will not end up being as long as the first part. But yeah, there we go, Star Wars Battlefront. I definitely do not get into shooters or first person shooters as much now. Kinda got wore out on them in the Xbox 360 era, to the point where I just they all kind of felt like the same game to me. But next, Star Wars Battlefront 2, because why wouldn't I have the second one? The second game, like a sequel should do, is they added a lot more stuff to make the game. I would say this is actually a better game than the original, which you can't really make the argument for a lot of sequels. Especially when it comes to movies, it's hard to make sequel movies. But yeah, this added, like, for one, the single player campaign was, I would say, better. They made it more along the lines of kind of like a tabletop kind of game. Well, more of a tabletop kind of map when you're choosing your level in the campaign. Also adds a bit of strategy to where you want to go next. So yeah, it was just a much better. It was a much better single player experience. Trying to get that out now, just cause every once in a while I see a cat hair pop up somewhere. Inevitable when you have cats. But yeah, Star Wars Battlefront. Actually, yeah, this was another game I got from Seaboy Sun, which thanks a lot. He sent me a lot of great games from his own personal collection. Well, he was getting rid of stuff, I should say. Then we got the worst case ever. That sticker is not great, and I tried my best to get it off pre-recording, and it just wasn't happening. So I will just wipe it down, and we will leave it at that. It's unfortunate, but these things do happen. Should have been more picky when picking up this game. But yeah, even games like this, I'll put in a box protector. As far as the game itself, this was I guess as far as a game in general, I would say it's okay. One of the better movie-based games from the time period. Now we are out of the pre-folded stage. Cat is going crazy. But that's okay. It's what they do. I haven't played this since I first played it when I first owned it, so I could be remembering it wrong, but yeah. And But yeah, so it is. I remember it being a good game. It came out right before the movie release, so in the same bones of Lego Star Wars, it was yeah, so got to preview the movie a bit. Alright, yeah. So then we have Summoner 2. I actually do not know anything about this game. I know it's a RPG of some point, but some point. I can't speak. It's a RPG of some type, but this also was received in that $1,000 mystery box, and never really heard of this, so don't really know much about it. But I did keep it because it could be interesting. Oh, I went through the first case. Interesting. Alright. Let's do this. So yeah, if you guys have played any of the games shown in this video, let me know in the comments about your experiences with the game. Would love to read them. There we go, Summoner 2. Another game I never played, but also came in that mystery box, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. So this is not particularly a series I really played before, but it was definitely one that I was more interested in trying. And for those who don't know, Sonic Riders is kind of like it's a Sonic racing game series. But I have no experience with the actual series, so I can't really say much outside of what the box can tell you. Oh, there we go. Relatively getting this down to where I can just do this. we go. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Obviously, they are all racing on foot, so it probably makes for an interesting racing game. Then, upon the millions and millions of ways I have to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2, this is just another compilation. Sonic Mega Collection Plus. I originally had this game on the GameCube. I believe so anyways. Pretty sure it was on the GameCube. But over the years, I don't have a GameCube right now. So I got it on the PlayStation 2. At least I think I picked it up. Pretty sure it's a game I bought. Of course, it could have been another one that came in that mystery box. Don't really remember everything I got, because I got rid of like half the stuff in the box. Well, I say half, but it was just like duplicates I had or something I wasn't interested in. I gave some of them to a friend and traded in for trade credit anything that I couldn't just sell to an individual or something. I traded some of the things with a friend who traded me stuff in return. So we did like a little trade. This was a little nifty compilation. So Sonic Mega Collection Plus. They released two versions. One without the plus, where it was just Sonic Mega Collection. So, like this says, 7 classic Sonic Genesis games, which was the base game, which is these games right here. And plus 6 additional Sonic Game Gear titles. Then it also has unlockable games and stuff. And it even had an interesting like little bonus content that you could look through. This is a game I got from the mystery box. Suikoden 3. Never played any of the series. I know it's a major kind of RPG series, so it really is something I should probably check out, but just have not gotten around to it, which is sad. I still haven't even played through Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, which I need to hop back into. Probably took a long enough break from that series. But then again, I also started playing Dragon Quest V a really long time ago before that, and I just never came back to it yet. So it's hard to tell when I will really get to playing Suikoden 3. But I will keep it until that happens. Hopefully before the physical disc rots. There we go. I don't know how the third game is regarded to the others in the series. I know this is one of the cheaper Suikoden games on the PlayStation 3, because there's 3, 4, and 5. And they just keep going up in price with each sequel in this series, meaning that they probably either the games got better and better as it went through the series, or they sold less and less in America, so there's not as many copies floating around of the later games in the series. Yeah, something like that. Tales of Legendia, something like that. I could spend all day trying to pronounce what these are supposed to sound like. But yeah, this is another one I got in the mystery box. Very anime style, but yeah. Another game I probably am not going to get around to playing anytime soon, but it's gonna be here for when I do. Just a matter of finding a good kind of work and free time balance to where I feel relaxed enough to play through some of the games I have. That's what I've been trying to use streaming for, is to just casually enjoy some of the games that I have. Currently I'm trying to get through the N64 stuff. Unfortunately, I have to get back to streaming that WCW versus NWO World Tour. But yeah, Tales of Legendia. Very anime-ish, and yeah, I don't know anything else about the Tales of series. Because, like that, that's another RPG series I just have not played. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. This is another game from C-Boy Slim. But yeah, so I thought I got all these off. Oh well. Let me see if I can get this to get it to where I can pull it up some, then I can slowly get it off. And we can get, so don't rush it. Just a matter of doing it. Oh, it is not working from that way. So let's try the opposite side. There's just a point where it was starting. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a terrible sticker. Not as... Okay. Okay. Maybe I found a way to do it. Not perfect, but let's see if we can get it a little bit better to where I can get at least the rag or the damp paper towel does help with things. Okay, that is better. Definitely. There we go. Getting it off. Oh no. Well, now I'm just starting to get it stuck. Alright, let's do it like this then. I actually might get a bit of the thing. Oh well. Looks about a million times better in that corner anyways. Though I may have hurt the cover art a bit there at the bottom, but it's fine. But yeah, this is another game Seaboy Slim sent me. Never played this one, but I think it's one of the more better movie-based games, if I remember right. Okay. Try to get this folded out without it. There we go. Like I said before in the first video, trying to keep the flaps to the back of the case. Just makes it look better when you're holding it and stuff. Because I'd rather have the flaps show on the back side, I guess. And yeah, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. And right along the lines, I also got this from Seaboy Slim, because he also had this game. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. This was the game that I remember playing on the PlayStation 2, I believe. And there's also another sticker, but that is fine. This was very, very fun, multiplayer-wise. I do apologize if you guys hear that buzzing. There's a very, very annoying bug in my room. make up your mind if you want in or out. Come on. This sticker might be a bit of a pain. Let's see if I can at least get this somewhat off. This is not working. Alright, slowly but surely is not working with this one. So let's try to get off what I can and then we'll wipe off the rest. Sometimes these game stores have to learn to use better stickers. Though they probably don't care too much. None of them pulled off quite as well as the first one did from part 1. Now it's getting stuck on me. Okay. Let's see if I can get this off of here. Which looks like it's possible. How are we doing? Well, residue is still there, but I, at the very least, got the sticker portion off. Alright, let's go to a different part of the damp paper towel. So, as I was saying, this is a game I heavily remember playing, at least a good portion of. Like, I remember leveling up the because this is an RPG and you can level up all the movie-based characters you played as. So I do remember basically replaying missions in the game to level up characters, and that was what a good portion of the game was spent on. It was just a really fun game that I remember playing. And I'm not really the biggest fan of the Lord of the Rings movies, so... But yeah, this was a fun time. We'll have to re-experience this someday. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. This is gonna be a good one. So we have The Sims 2. Wonder if I can get this off of here on the top. We'll see. Actually, is that even on the... Okay, yeah, that is... It's on the inside. Wow. How does a sticker get residue like that get put on the inside of the plastic? Anyways, so back when The Sims first released on PC, it was one of the most fun games that I definitely heavily played. And then, to my surprise, they released a console version. Now, how can you make a console version work well enough of a point and click PC based game? Well, they somehow managed to make it work. It's not the exact same game. Graphics are different with it. There's probably not as many options as, say, the game on the PC. But they had a feature on here which really made up for the lack of, the less items and stuff you could furnish for your house and stuff. So yeah, The Sims. They had a 2-player cooperative mode where you and another player could play on the same console and basically control each of your individual character together in one household. That was awesome. It was like playing The Sims, but you could play with another person. That is something that I will always adore about this release of The Sims. Another game I got from C-Boy Slim, The Simpsons Road Rage. Never played it. Heard of the game. It's basically The Simpsons Crazy Taxi, if I remember right. We do have another sticker. This one looks to be, well, I say it's, let me try to get this to where I am able to get at least one side fully up. Just not coming up like that first sticker did. These stickers look like they come from the same game shop that this came from. This is kind of an awful sticker, to be honest. Want it off, but looks like it's going to be more annoying than what it's really worth. Can't even get a good grip to start slowly tearing it. I may just leave this one on here. because it's not giving me any kind of leeway to turn it off. It's definitely annoying, but get it off. Wonder if this helps any. Actually, it might. Maybe. I think I am getting through to it. Just keep on. Just do it the hard way. Make it deteriorate. Surprisingly, that is working. Okay. So, when all else fails, elbow grease. Okay. Try to get some of this off the table. Let's see if I can get this to kind of fold into a part of the towel that I have not used yet. Okay, that worked out better than expected. Anyways, like I was saying, I have not actually played this before, but it looked interesting. All the games that I saw that C-Boy Slim was giving away, or was offering me, I should say. So yeah. This video might actually go as long as the first one at this rate. It's alright. I enjoyed spending time with you guys. There we go. The Simpsons Road Rage. Almost said Hit and Run, but that would have been a totally different game. Try to get that to focus in. Alright. Next we have 13. This was a game that's recently been re-released as well. Again, I never played this game. This came in that mystery box, and it was one of the games I just decided to keep. Yeah, it looked interesting, like the whole the whole first-person shooter, cel-shaded graphics kind of thing that looks more very comic booky. It's an interesting concept. go. 13. Ah, yes. Best in the series, in my opinion. TimeSplitters Future Perfect. There is a story in TimeSplitters 2, but it's more of a mission-based type thing. This is 2, but this has a lot more, some more cinematic story. What's that? Okay, that's eventually I might re-pick up this game, because the disc for this game is not in the best shape, but it's fine. It works. But yeah, this is an awesome game. Definitely one of my favorites. If you have not played this, then you really should give it a go if you're a fan of first-person shooter games. It's one of the best, and sadly, I think the game series might be a little underrated. It just never really got to pick up the steam that Halo did. It has its fan base, but yeah. Currently the IP is a little bit in limbo at the moment. Or some, like, I'm not even sure who owns the rights to this anymore, because the original developers of this game series got shut down or bought out or something. But yeah, TimeSplitters Future Perfect. One of the best games ever. May have to actually showcase this game at some point. Though I could say that for like all the games I've been shown in this video. Ultimate Spider-Man. Now this was probably my most awesome pickup for my collection, since it's one of the few games I actually found a good deal on, and the disc works. Which I don't think the disc looks in bad shape. Like, I think there's some light scratches, but that's about it. So, the story about this one is I found the game in half-price books marked as a $10 game. So, yeah, I was a little surprised. Especially when I looked up and it was going for $40. So, yeah. But other than it being memorable for that, I also picked this up when it released. Can't remember if I got it on PS2 or Xbox. But yeah, I remember, I can't remember, I probably didn't pre-order it, but I remember the exact GameStop I went to pick this up from. Well, not this game specifically, but when I got it when it first released. So yeah. This was an awesome game. a lot of people's Spider-Man game for this era was Spider-Man 2, the movie-based game. This was my Spider-Man game of this era, because I never really played 2, or at least not much. I played the original Spider-Man movie-based game, but not the one based on Spider-Man 2, which is the one that's highly regarded. I really like the cel-shaded look of this game, though. Makes it age very, very well when playing it today. But yeah, like most people say, it's kind of like you're playing a comic book. Very, very cool game. Now we're getting into the ending stretch here. SmackDown, just bring it. When I initially got the PlayStation 2 on my birthday, this was about, I'm pretty sure it was the following year after it had released, I got 2 games on my birthday. One was Tekken Tag Tournament, and the other game I got was WWF SmackDown, Just Bring It. This, I got a whole lot of hours out of this game. And there are still aspects of this game that I like better than any of the rest in the SmackDown series. Thing I like most about this one is so with games like this, I really do love the more chaotic matches you can do. So one thing that this game does that at least the other SmackDown games on the PS2 did not really do, you could have up to 8 people in one match. Normally it's 6, but this game, maybe due to the graphics not being like top tier for a PlayStation 2 game, like it really was more like a upscaled PlayStation 1 graphically game. SmackDown, just bring it. But yeah, you could have a 4-way tag ladder match. That was epic. I loved playing that match variant in this game. So much fun. So chaotic. And yeah. Then we have SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. But please, if you do want to, leave a comment. I'd rather you not shut your mouth on that. Of course, since I was such a fan of Just Bring It, I had to pick up Shut Your Mouth. Had to. And right away you can see the graphics are just even more outstanding than what the previous one was. So in many ways, this was definitely the better of the two games. Better story mode. Ugh, something was dusty. Like, definitely something I was wiping down was making this extremely dusty. But anyways, yes, the story mode was better on this one. Much better. The story mode sucked on Just Bring It. I really need to replay some of these games though. So, to much people's disappointment, oh wow, this one has, there we go. To much people's disappointment, I do not have SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I never personally owned that one for whatever reason. Maybe it's because at the time I felt like maybe it didn't really add much to me warrant buying a brand new wrestling game, and I was still having fun with this one. So, I don't know. I do eventually want to go back and pick up Here Comes the Pain, since I never really experienced it. And then finally, the final game I have for the PlayStation 2 at the moment. SmackDown vs. Raw. The first time they brought in voice acting, and it was not great. Game was still fun. I mean, this was pretty much the next step in the SmackDown game series. So it definitely was still fun, and it introduced me to some Power Man 5000 songs, because that was epic music. But yes. So the game's like, it's hard for me to say past this point is, well, past the SmackDown series in general. Like, when you start to get into this game and onward, it's not so much which one is the better game. It gets to a point where each game has its kind of own aspects that they are better at. None of them are particularly a better game. It just has different aspects that, with some aspects being probably not as good as, the games are interchangeable with different aspects of them. But yeah, so that is me protecting all my PlayStation 2 games. I hope you enjoyed this video. see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.